blind spots. Do you have blind spots? And I'm saying yes. I've got about 3 to 5 blind spots. What are your blind spots? What are your blind spots in HR? What are things that you're missing? This thing of managerial infertility, you know, I'm excited about talent management and talent review and all that stuff. But this concept of managerial infertility is, do we really reproduce? Or what do we reproduce?
The same influence that they did previously, but in our environment, getting that culture fit is so difficult that you have to do what you can to keep them.
That's cool. That's well. For HR, but it's not the same. It's not the same rates.
Things that I talk about is strong culture.
Like efficiency and bottom line, those sorts of issues. But the big pressing issue is really creating a common culture amongst all of your staff, that everyone has the same foundational issue, character issues, integrity, that they're all working off the same issues. Engaging your staff. That staff these days want more than just the job that they do. They want to be engaged as a person, the things that make them tick in and outside of their job. And obviously that ties into retaining your staff, which is a big measurement for HR.
The comment was made that sometimes we almost like dust off the books. Although we did that 3 years ago, and let's try and change it again. It didn't work though. So change fatigue was a big issue. Lack of leadership. Our question, by the way, was what are the challenges that you are facing in the organisation at the moment? The fact that organisations work in silos, there's no team, there's no leadership, pretty much the normal stuff. There's no HR systems that support performance, there's no performance culture, culture's sick, people feeling rushed, overloaded, working lots of time but not being measured on their output. So they don't actually know how they're performing, but they've just got to work. They've got to be busy, they've got to be doing things. The work-life balance is missing, there's no wellness, feeling of playing catch-up. HR is a cost. The distinction between HR and line, and that there's a bit of a negative sense of HR is not adding the value that it's expected to add. And just having a place in the organisation that you feel comfortable and you can connect with other people in. That's part of wellness, really.
Start off on a personal note around having a lack of self-confidence within the organisation. Often stops this person from getting to the next level, and then also limited exposure, things like fear of the unknown. A lot of people feel like they can't actually leave the organisation and to go and reach their peak performance in doing something else because there's a lack of security in leaving. This job, just having a safety net, and getting comfortable in that, staying in your comfort zone. I think it's hard to sometimes step out of that comfort zone. People within the organisation often stop you from reaching your full potential, and those people also give you limited exposure in your position. So I think a lot of people feel almost trapped within themselves, and kind of need that just somebody to blow the lid off of their box so that they can be pushed to go into the next level. Old way of thinking from leadership. was quite a big one for a lot of people. You know, that you can't actually move forward because you keep getting pushed down and suppressed from the top. So I feel that leadership needs to also be able to be more innovative.
It's all about, but listen, line management is not taking up their role. We talk about measurements as unattainable. You know what I'm saying? It's the HR's job. It's not a job of management. It's lip service. Nobody's driving DNA. We talk about things like there's no proper clear measurements. I love this one. It's theory, not books. Check my eyes. It's all theory, not books. And then there was an interesting discussion. Where is Bronwyn? I asked her, are you married? She said, yes, for 5 years. And I asked her, do you have measurements for your marriage? You see, and the whole discussion was, measurements is not only something for HR, it doesn't matter where you are. We've got to have it in place. So there was lots of talk about not taking seriously. We talk about wellness measurements. How do you measure the culture of the organization? And there was even a discussion. I said, I talk about there's two ways of implementing change, and the first one is not working. Because if you want to bring in measurements, you can talk and you can cast the vision, we need measurements, we need measurements, we need measurements. But the second one is a powerful one. Sometimes we need to create pain. And what is that? If you want to be serious about wellness, measure it and sit down with guys and say, listen, you are in red or in orange or you're in green. This is a toxic work environment. Is it okay? And it sounds like creating maybe pain, but it's sometimes necessary. Because with measurements, we carry on until you realize the red light is flashing. You're not going to stop and fix the car or fill up. You know what I'm saying? And this is often what I see in HR. Towards the end, I want to leave just a note to HR people. Number one, we've got character and we've got competencies. It's important to put both in place, but I think we've put a lot of emphasis on competencies so far. But now, let's put some emphasis also on character, and you can make a difference.